Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. This is my What I've Been Warming video. I do this weekly, and it's a mix of Scentsy and vendor wax. I have a lot of empties this week. I also worked from home, so that helped. And I've been good about not buying since November. Sometime in November. I want to say the Rose Girls Mario pre-order was my last purchase. So far, so good. So if you watched my kind of goals video, so far, so good. We'll see how long I can maintain this, but I'm really getting a kick out of enjoying the wax I have, shopping my stash, and seeing my spreadsheet number go down. That's kind of what's keeping me motivated. Also, question before we go into what I've been warming, what have you been warming? Like, what are you drawn to right now? I always think January and February are interesting months. So some people are like, I'm so over Christmas. I don't want to smell Christmas trees or peppermints or anything like that. I'm still in it. I'm still enjoying the mints, the candy canes, the tree scents. So I'd love to know what you're gravitating toward right now and what you've been warming. So let me know down in the comments. But let's get started with what I've got, what I've been warming, what's emptied, and I'm going to start with Scentsy. Okay, so I have this first one here. This is Awakening, and this is from the Bring Back My Bar going on right now, so it's currently available. This is a very soapy, it's like a floral soapy scent. I forget the scent notes. Excuse me. It like went up my nose. It's just very soapy. I don't hate it, but I don't feel like I would warm it anywhere else but the bathroom. I have something in my throat, but I did use this up in the bathroom because it's really the only place that for me made sense. Not terrible, just not something that I would repurchase. Yeah, so that's Awakening from Scentsy. All right, let's go with Christmas Cactus. So this is, I know it's got like Fraser fir, I believe, and agave and some other things. And I'm having trouble talking. I have like something in my throat. But what I was going to say was I use this in open space, performed really well for me. It's a nice spin on a tree scent because I do get that sweet agave, which is really, really pretty. I only had this in open space for a little over a day. I was watching Aubrey, and Aubrey, I forgot your last name, starts with a T. But if you're familiar with Aubrey, she just did her empties or her what she's been warming, and she mentioned Christmas Cactus in that she had it in for like a day and a half, and then like that once it was losing its scent, it kind of got a little bit of a funky odor. I didn't get that, but I may have switched it out before I got to that point. But if you haven't checked out Aubrey's channel, you should. I will link her channel in the description box. You know, she's a little newer, I believe. At least she was newer to me. I found her channel a couple months ago and really been enjoying her content. So Aubrey, if you're watching, no, I didn't get that funky note, but I could have taken it out before it got there. I enjoyed the scent. I have a couple more bars left, and we'll enjoy that. I'll probably save the other ones for next Christmas. Then here I have Iced Pine, and this is just pine, I believe. I warmed this in this room along with Whiteout. So I had a partial bar of Whiteout, and this one is peppermint, sweet golden apple, and white pine. I didn't want something that was just pine in the bedroom, so I thought this would be nice. This has a little pine, has a little apple, has some peppermint in it. So I do enjoy Whiteout on its own, but it was nice to kind of warm that in the same room with the Iced Pine. Performed well in my bedroom. I think that was all the Scentsy, but I do have some clamshells here, but I think they're vendor. Okay. Let's start with Kay's Scented Melts. So this is Santa's Pajamas. This is Pine Cones, Snickerdoodle, and Autumn Flannel. This I warmed in open space, and I like this scent a lot. Like when I warmed it using a tea light and hot plates, and that's what I do with all of Kay's. I find that I don't get a lot of performance or throw in my Scentsy warmers with K scented melts in open space. So I'm using a tea light, and this smelled very good. I did like Santa's Pajamas. On cold, there's something in here that is like, is this going to be a weird mix or not? But on warm, it was very pretty. So when I kind of walk, I get some air moving downstairs in the tea lights and the hot plates. It was a really, really nice scent. When I had this warming, I was thinking, I wish I'd put this in my bedroom because I think this would have been even better in the bedroom. But I like this scent. It was just light, but that's what I get with K's when I warm it. Not using a tea light in open space. So this one was Holiday Drive, also from K Scented Melts. This is Fraser Fir, Espresso, and Bake Shop. This is another pretty scent. I like this one a lot. Same setup, tea lights and hot plates. I got the espresso. I get a little bit of the Fraser Fir, and kind of a generic Bake Shop. I mean, I don't know if it's like a bready note. Performed, I guess for K's, fine. I can smell it, but it's just doesn't really throw in my home. So Holiday Drive, I did like that scent a lot though. So these other two clamshells are from Zeep. This one is Gingerbread Latte. This is gingerbread, graham cracker, vanilla cream, and espresso. Zeep works very well for me. I had 2 cubes left in this clamshell. I keep the coffee scents downstairs by one of my warmers, so I don't talk about them all the time, but I was down to 2 cubes, and I threw them in there on the same night that I had... Sorry, very loud motorcycles. On the same day that I had this one from L3 that has gingerbread in it. So I had 2 cubes, kept it in the kitchen area in my Scentsy warmers, performed fantastic. Zeep does warm really well for me and performs very well for me. Only thing about this one is I didn't love the gingerbread. I think it's the gingerbread in here because this is part of the coffee collection, and I've warmed other of the Zeep coffee and liked it. This one was not my favorite. I think it was, I guess it's just bitter. It was bitter. So not bad, but not my favorites of the coffee one. So that's Gingerbread Latte from Zeep. I also warmed Christmas Eve from Zeep, and I had this in, half of it was in open space, the other half was in the guest room. So I used the whole clam that day. This is Cracklin' Fire, Fir and Balsam, and Toasted Marshmallow. This one performed fantastic. It was a green wax. Fir in general is a little softer note to me. It's more like you have one tree in your home versus being in like a tree farm, right? So, but I got that nice tree scent, just, a touch of that. What I really got out of this was the marshmallow, which was really, really pretty. So I got a lot of this toasted marshmallow, and performed great in open space and in the bedroom. All right, let's go to L3. Since I was mentioning Christmas Cookie Therapy from L3, this was a good size piece of a loaf that I had in here. And I chopped it up. It's Eggnog Cookie Therapy, which is hint of gingerbread, Santa's on keto, pretzel, sugar, shortbread. I warmed this in open space as well. And L3 does really well for me. It throws, it's strong. It was pumping in there, but I didn't care for the scent. And I think it's gotta be the gingerbread and the pretzel. For me, the two of those it just smelled odd to me, like also kind of bitter, or just, I don't know how to describe it, but I didn't care for the combination of this one. So I had this going for about 4 hours, and it was, again, performing pretty strong. It was good. I could definitely smell it. And after about 4 hours, I'm like, I'm taking this out. I have to take it out. I couldn't anymore. It's not that it was terrible. It's just not for me. It's just that it was that combination, I think, of the pretzel and the gingerbread. So I did end up taking that one out. and switching it with something else. This next one here is L3 as well. This is To All a Good Night. I warmed this in this bedroom here. I had like less than half. It was enough for the bedroom, really. This is Sweet Lavender, Sugar Cookie Dough, Adipose, Buttermint. I love this one. It's a fantastic scent. If you like that sweet lavender and the buttermints, it's just a pretty scent. Fantastic for anywhere, but I had enough for the bedroom, so that's why I warmed it and lasted all day. Okay, let's move on to the Melted Mousse. So the Melted Mousse, I have Angry Elf. This is Spiked Eggnog, Irish Cream, and Zucchini Bread. This one I warmed in 2 places because I wanted to test it a little bit more. I'm still newer to melting the Melted Mousse. Jackie is the owner. And this one, I like the scent of it. It's got a really pretty spiced eggnog. You get a little bit of the cream from the Irish cream. It's just a good one. And you get some of that zucchini bread. I had it in open space. I don't believe I used a tea light. So I think this was some hot plates and Scentsy, but it got lost in the room. I could smell it, but it was very light. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to test it in the guest room because I didn't have anything warming in there. And I wanted to see if it was just the space or what it was. So I warmed it in the guest room and it performed very well in there. In fact, this one probably lasted close to 8 hours before I took it out because I just didn't want to leave it on all night. And it was starting to die down after about 8 hours and fill the room really well. So sometimes, you know, it's the space you warm it in. Maybe I didn't have enough warmers going. Maybe the airflow. I mean, you never know why sometimes a scent can perform in one room fantastic, other than the size, right? Versus another room. But I do like the scent. It just was better in my bedroom or in the guest room. Excuse me. Then I had Chill Out from the Melted Mousse. This is lavender, marshmallow, buttermints, and vanilla bean. This one I warmed in this room. And again, it's another great scent where I love lavender. I love buttermints. And this one performed really well. I have maybe a little more than half a souffle left. So we'll see if I'll continue warming that or if I just kind of keep it for next year. Okay, let's do Knowles Farm Scents. Yep. Okay, I think this is all of them. So let's start off with this one, Holiday Truffle. This was my January 1st. This was the first wax that I warmed for the year. This was a loaf, and this is raspberry white chocolate, or it is a loaf. I shouldn't say was. Well, it was a loaf. Now it's in pieces. This is a raspberry white chocolate pecan butter, brown sugar, vanilla, toffee. Holiday Truffle. This is one where I'm like, why did I get a loaf when I'm like, you know, not sure about chocolate? But when it warmed, this was very nice. This was a powerhouse. This was pumping through my open space. I had this in my Scentsy warmers. I might have put it in a hot plate, but mostly Scentsy warmers. I do get a hint of the chocolate, but it's different than milk chocolate or like a hot chocolate, that kind of chocolate. It's a very sweet, creamy, I mean, it's white chocolate. It's very sweet and creamy mixed with the raspberry. The raspberry in here was beautiful. It smelled like dessert. It smelled like a decadent dessert and it performed really well in open space, but it died down 4 to 5 hour range. I couldn't smell it as much. So, and that happens. So someone recently asked me, you know, what is the best vendor, in my opinion, for performance and throw? And my answer is that is a really hard question to answer because every vendor is going to have different performance depending on the fragrance you're warming, depending on, you know, the room, airflow. Do you have the heater on? Do you have windows open? Do you have, are you using, what kind of warmers you're using? So everyone's going to have slightly different performance. And even within that vendor's collection, you may have something like this that just, I mean, it was strong. It was great. But then it was more like a sprint, right? It fizzled out within about 4 to 5 hours. Then you have that same vendor who I can warm, and it could go in my bedroom like 12 hours. Different scent, right? Different scent. Maybe it's Apollo or smokier scent. So it really depends. But this one was strong and quicker. But it was a really good scent. So I'm glad I liked it because I had a whole loaf of it and I enjoyed it. The other interesting thing about this one is, so I warmed this on January 1st and then switched it out later in the afternoon because, I couldn't smell it as much in the afternoon. I don't remember what I warmed that evening. But then the very next afternoon, so January 2nd, like at 4 in the afternoon, so now we've got different blends have come and gone, right, since I'd warmed this. When I came back from the doctor's appointment, I opened the door and I got a hint of the raspberry still, even though I hadn't warmed it in, since the day before early on. So, noses are interesting. I'm like, that's a raspberry smell from yesterday, which I couldn't smell at all, definitely after I'd warmed different things. So just a little tangent. Here we have Berrylicious Evergreen. This is blackberry sugared spruce. And I paused there just because motorcycle. Loud motorcycles. I don't think they come through on the mic, but I can hear them and they bug me. And so I warmed this in the bedroom at the same time I warmed this sample, which is blackberry sugared spruce. Now, this is the original sample to what ends up becoming Berrylicious Evergreen. I think Travis said he put a little bit more tree oil in this from the original sample. But I warmed this in the bedroom. This is a great scent, although it was a little lighter for me. So I think I'm going to let this one cure a little bit more. But man, the tree in here is very pretty. I predominantly get a lot of the blackberry, which I love. I love blackberry in wax. And it's like a spoonful of sugar. It's like that. It's almost like authentic ripe blackberries, and you pour like in a bowl and then you pour sugar on top of that. That's what I'm getting. And then there's that sweetened spruce. It's a really pretty scent. I warmed it in the bedroom, but it was softer for me. But that is Berrylicious Evergreen. Okay. I think I only have one. Oh, no, wait, sorry. I almost lost this bag here. This is also Knowles Farm Scents. This is Campfire Confection. It's Amish friendship bread, zucchini bread, sugar cookie, marshmallow, campfire. This I warmed in the bedroom and open space. So I used up the whole bag, and I love this scent. In his smoky campfire scents or his Palo scents that are a little woodsy smoky, they last a long time. So kind of the opposite, right, of the holiday truffle but this one is also powerful. So this is both. This is a strong performer, lasts, 7-8 hours, maybe 8 hours. And it's good. I got that Amish friendship bread. So there's this bready note to it. Then you get that campfire note. Really cozy, smoky scent. And I like this one a lot. So, and performed in open space and the bedroom. So that is Campfire Confection. All right. I had to change up my battery. So let's keep going. This is Strawberry Balsam from Lavender and Speckles. This was a sample I received, warmed it in this bedroom one late afternoon, evening. And I'm picky about strawberry. This one was okay, but it wasn't my favorite strawberry. So it was fine, but I think it was more of a fresh picked garden strawberry than like the strawberry that I prefer, which is a kind of creamy, artificial bakery strawberry. But it was nice. It did well in my room, in my overnight warmer. So that was Strawberry Balsam. Just not my favorite kind of strawberry, but that's that one. Let's do Rose Girls. Okay. This one is Alpine Chalet. My friend had purchased this, brought over her hauls, and I liked this one. And I had been really curious about it. So I love when we buy different things because then we get to smell some extras. And I remember seeing this. I didn't get it because it had leather in it. And leather, I was like, it kind of scares me. But when she brought it over, I really liked it. So she gave me a couple cubes. I warmed it in this bedroom here. Sorry. Trying to record in the middle of a Sunday afternoon is on a busy street is not great. Sorry. So Alpine Chalet has a little leather note, performed well for me in the room. The leather wasn't bad. I kind of liked it. So it was just different. So I like that it was different. It was a good performer. I don't know if I'd get a whole bag of this scent, but I liked it enough to, that I wanted to melt it. All right, this one is Warrior's Winter Wonderland. This is candy cane, vanilla crunch donuts, eggnog, and sugar cookies. This one I would buy again and get a whole bag. Really cool blue, blue and white. The candy cane is really nice. You get the eggnog. It was a great scent, great performer. Warmed this in the open space downstairs, warmed it in the bedroom upstairs. I like this one a lot. So, because I get candy canes, I get the eggnog, which I love. I get a little bit of everything, and it performed really well for me. I had this since July, so that was a good one. Then we have crushed candy cane ice cream. This is a more recent purchase, I think. I have here November. I used about half the bag or a little bit more. This one is light. I warmed it in open space and I really wasn't getting too much. So then I tried it in the guest bedroom and it was better in there. I think the ice cream cake is just really soft and that crushed candy cane was not as strong. So it was a combination of both. So yeah, in the open space, I just really didn't smell this one. Maybe it needs more cure time, maybe not, but it was even lighter on cold. So that one was crushed candy cane ice cream. I like the scent of it. It just didn't really perform. This one, on the other hand, this is Blizzard on the Star Express. It's candy cane, eggnog, ice cream, marshmallow, caramel cheesecake, and frosted sugar cookies. This smells fantastic on cold. I really like the scent of this. When I warmed it, I also liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I thought I was. And the reason for that is the candy cane was not as strong. I wish the candy cane was more prominent. It wasn't. I did get some eggnog. I got some ice cream, but what was very prominent in here was the caramel from the caramel cheesecake, and it made it very sweet. So it's a good scent. Like, I enjoyed it, and I will enjoy using the rest of this, but it was more caramel than what I was hoping for. That's what really came through, but it made it interesting. I mean, because I did get some of the candy cane, but yeah, that's the only thing. So it's the cheesecake. It was definitely the caramel cheesecake. I haven't really warmed a lot of cheesecake scents either. So I think maybe there's just something about it that was like, not my all-time favorite, but still okay. Blizzard on the Star Express. Good performer, though, in open space. Definitely that was pumping through the room. All right, let's do this one really quick. This is my friend makes wax, and this was hers. This is Santa's Suit. Balsam, cedar blended with eggnog and sugar cookie. I warmed this in my bedroom. It was a bunch of little candy canes and like presents shaped. I love the scent. So I already told her, I'm like, I want more. I want more of the scent. It was great because I got some of that eggnog, I got the sugar cookie, and I got some of that tree note. It was really, really nice scent performed in my bedroom. Santa's Suit. Last of the wax here, I believe. Sometimes they come out of nowhere. This is Sassy Girl Aroma. So I finished off Christmas at Santa's. This is pepperberry wreath, sugar cookies, and marshmallow fireside. This was light to me. I warmed this a few weeks ago in December, and I had also mentioned I struggled with it. A lot of you told me you also struggle with it, so it's not just me. But again, some people, it works. So again, back to hard to answer what the best vendor is, because everyone's going to have slightly different thoughts and opinions. But yeah, this was pretty. I ended up warming it in the guest room and in here just because it was already light for me to begin with. I knew I wasn't going to smell it downstairs. I think I tried it in December. So it's a good scent. I like it, but because it's light for me, I probably wouldn't buy it again. There's plenty of other Christmassy scents that Sassy Girl has that I would prefer and perform better than that one. Speaking of good performance, the My Wish for Christmas, I love this scent. So yeah, I mean, she's got so many Christmas scents that like if Santa, Christmas at Santa's isn't for me, there's others. So my wish for Christmas is freshly baked sugar cookies surrounded by pine and pine cones, scented in a fireplace. I love this. I get a beautiful sugar cookie in this. I get lemon in this too. And someone did write a comment that she has an older label of the same blend and there was lemon on the scent note. So I'm like, I pick up Lemon Bakery. It's like a lemon sugar cookie is what I get. And that's probably why I love this one so much. Oh, it's so good and performs very well. So I do get some of the pine cones. I don't really get a fireplace scent. It's more of this lemon bakery and pine cones is what I'm getting from this. So that is My Wish for Christmas. Warmed it in open space. Fantastic. Typically, and I think I did in this case, use two brittles per warmer. And that one I've had, just to tell you the date, I've had this since August. So not too long. This one is the freshest pour of the Sassy Girl Aroma that I have. This is Winter Biscuits. I just really wanted to try this one. I was so curious about it. This I got in December. It is sweet scent of Christmas baking. Oh, she has this whole phrase, permeates. Okay, so I'll just give you the scent notes. So it looks like there's like a bakery scent, cinnamon, pastries, gingerbread cookies, and patchouli. I had always stayed away from this one because of the patchouli, but had heard wonderful things, so I had to try it. That is Winter Biscuits. What do I think? I really liked it. I warmed it in the bedrooms. I did not warm this in open space. It was light for me, though, so I don't know if that's partly because it's a fresher pour or it's just a lighter scent. But very pretty. It's hard to describe because it sounds like it wouldn't be good, but the bakery notes are in here are very, very pretty, and the patchouli is nice. It's nice. So it's a perfumey, it's like a perfumey bakery scent. Yeah, it was very good. So I enjoyed it. Really glad that I watched enough haul videos to say, okay, a lot of different people that I watch that sometimes have different scent preferences like this one. I was going to give it a try. I enjoyed it. Wish it was stronger, but it could be because it's, like I said, freshly poured in December. So that is the wax. I have one non-wax item left here, and that is hand soap from Bath & Body Works. This is Sea Island Shore, Clean Cotton, White Freesia, and Musk. So use that one up. I bought a lot of these like in 2022. I was buying a lot of Bath & Body Works soap, and then I realized that it does dry my hands more. So I'm just using kind of what I have left. I don't know if I'll buy more. I probably will at some point in the future. I was in there recently. I hadn't been in a Bath & Body Works in a long, long time, but they just opened one like near the Target near me. And went in there and I noticed that they said reformulated hand soap. So if you've bought hand soap recently, do you notice a difference? Is it not as drying? I don't know what the reformulation is trying to fix. So just curious to know if you do buy a lot of soaps, one, do you find it to be drying? And two, have you tried the reformulated ones and do you notice a difference? So yeah, I like cotton scents, so this was nice, and use that one up. So that is everything that I warmed this week, or almost everything. Like I said, sometimes I'll save a bag that I just maybe warmed one or two because I have a feeling I'll continue warming it this month. But for the most part, this was a lot. Like I said, I worked from home this week. This coming week will be a different story. I'm going to be in the office quite a bit, so probably a lot less. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving me a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It helps other people find my channel, and I would love it if you would do that. So thank you so much. Happy melting. Bye-bye.